can see your screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Alright, you can see my screen like this, I guess. Okay. Um, how about now? Can you see this? Like, can you see my
Yes,
screen?
yes, yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
I can.
Alright. One last thing. Okay. What about this? Can you see my Chrome browser?
Yes, I can.
Alright. Okay. So diving into it. Basically, I'm going to do some sort of explanation so we can know what we're diving into. And the platform or the software we'll be using is basically called Figma. I don't know if I've probably heard about it before, but it's Figma. So you go to your Chrome browser like I've done, then you click on Figma, and it's going to open. It's an online based platform, but you can actually download it on your PC. You can use it on your phone also, but it's heavy on your phone. But this is how it looks. Go to figma.com, then you click on the first option you see on Google, then you get an account. Then this is how you're going to see the interface of the platform. But that's basically what you're doing. You are not downloading any installation file, just the website. You log in, you create an account, and you're good to go. That is it. So I will be closing my Chrome. I just wanted to show you can access it on Chrome, and I also have it on my PC also already. So I'll be using the one on my PC instead of the Chrome. Alright, and the class is recorded. So now I'm sure you're probably wondering what is UI UX. UI UX, and it's basically a design phase of an application. It can either be a website, it can either be an application, it can be anything, the game you play. Every interface you're seeing on your phone, I'm sure we all have phones, your Instagram to your Facebook to your Snapchat to your bank app, the UBA, whichever, the interface you are able to access is called a UI, a user interface. So once you open your bank app, let's say for example a UBA app for your bank app, then the first page pops up, it's a design, then it takes you to the next page, which is for you to put in your password and your probably your login details. That's another section of the user interface. Then it makes you input your username and password, then you click login and you are in the next page. So there are a series of pages when it comes to UI UX. That is where it becomes stressful actually for everybody because of the, how will I put it, the stress and the work you put into it. Like I said in the beginning, it's not going to be easy, but with consistency and practice, then you get used to it. If you have, the reason why UI UX is easy for me is because I am a graphic designer, so I'm good with designing things, I'm good in putting things together, I'm good with color combinations, I know how to do all these things already. So now diving into product management and product design, as you call UI UX also, it makes it easy for me because I already have a background in graphic design. But it doesn't mean that because you are not a graphic designer that you can't do UI UX. Yes, you can. Once you know you can be smart about it, you are creative, then you can do all those things. So there's a difference between UI and UX. There's a difference between UI and UX. UI, like I said, is user what's it called? User interaction. What you interact with you want to log into your, what's it called? Your Instagram. The things you see, the login, the streaks you are sending to yourself on Snapchat, everything. Those are your user interactions. User experience is the other one. A UX person or a designer is someone who goes out there like a questionnaire to probably ask you. For example, I'm sure you guys would have probably been on Facebook or YouTube, where they will tell you to take a survey because they want to know what you like on the app, what don't you like on the app. Those are the surveys a UX designer takes down to the UI platform to then create what the customer or the user will probably like. For example, if I have a UBA app and I don't like where the login is, and they give me a survey, I'm going to tell them that probably the login button is very, very tiny and I want them to make it bold. So if they have that complaint from probably series of customers, then once they make an update on the website, then they'll correct that thing, and that is them satisfying the user experience. That is them satisfying the user complaint and everything. And that is why you get different updates on your app, probably every month or every week, whichever, like that. Now, without UX UI, or let's call ourselves product designer, without product designers, you can't HTML, all these people, web developers cannot do anything basically. Gone are those days when we were using HTML, CSS then, when we were coding. That was then. But now we don't do that anymore. Nobody codes anything again because we have platforms like Figma, we have platforms like Adobe also to create Adobe XD, to create something, an interface. Then once you are done creating that thing, then you take what you've created and give it to a team of web developers. Then they're going to code that platform according to the way you have built it. Even if it's a page of 100 slides on your app, they have to code every single thing because you've given them the framework already and they have to code it. So they need you to create a design for them before they can do anything. So it's important that they have you as a product designer. And there's a lot of opportunities when it comes to product designing. Everybody wants to hire you, wants to see you're good. The competition is high, so that is why you have to be on top of your game by creating this, creating that, downloading things from other top designers, then creating it as your own, tweaking it, making it something else, then it's good. So now the app, like I said, the app we're going to be using is Figma. This is how Figma is. You go to your browser, figma.com, it gives you an account, you create something with your probably your email, whichever you want to use, Apple ID, then it brings you to a platform like this. This is Figma. Now when you are here, I'm sure you can see this is my profile here. Can we see my screen, please? If you can see my screen before I continue, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. I can.
All right. In case you have any question, please just unmute yourself and tell me you have a question, because and if I'm too fast, please call my attention to it. So here you see this is the part where my mouse is hovering. That is my profile. You can see there's a brand there, Pixel, the theme, the settings, whichever. You can add accounts, you can log out. That is the section for you. And you can see recently viewed, shared files. Figma is very, very broad, in which that you can have 5 people on a particular design. We are all teaming up to make a particular design, because basically if you're designing for a firm like, let's say, UBA, you can't do it on your own. You need a team of designers to help you, because once you are designing, you'll be prototyping wireframes and everything, you'll be putting everything together, and you can't do all those things on your own. You're going to have different layers of designs, like different layers. It's a spreadsheet on your system that you might probably miss something. So if you're a team of 4, 3, 10 product designers, then some people will be probably working on a particular section, you'll be working on that section, like that. So Figma allows you to connect with different people, like projects. An organization allows you to do that. It's as easy as that. And you can do individual project by yourself by creating probably layers of designs for probably a brand or your brand or something like that. And the least you can probably make when it comes to this is a lot of money. I'm not going to get into the money part yet, but let's dive into what we're doing. This is basically the interface. You can see I've been probably making some designs and all like that. Yes. So here you have your team. Here you have drafts. These are probably my favorite ones, like that. Then you have team project, create new team. Like I said, and you can explore community of designers on Figma, where you can see the things they have done. and the designs that make. You can steal ideas. It's not bad in stealing ideas, but you just try to make sure that it's not easy that for you to spot them. I'll put it that way. So you want to create something. So in the course of this class, we all will be making a design by ourselves from scratch, so we can get to understand it. So I won't be the only one bringing ideas. You all be the ones also giving me ideas on what to do, how to do it, so we can all learn. That is the best way to learn, and it's going to be more of practical than theory. There's no theory in product design. So you click on draft, then you can see a plus sign there where it's going to tell you new design file or new fig jam file, but you're going to have to click new design file. And you can also import in case you have a file already you've been using or you've been designing, or probably somebody sent you a file of a design for Figma. You can just import it. If you go to the Figma community also, you can import designs from there directly and use them. But here we're going to be starting with new design. Then it brings you to a different interface. Yes, so it's loading up. So this is the interface for, like, this is your worksheet, your workspace for you once you are creating a new design. So I'm going to change this name to Tech for All PD 2024. As Tech for All Product Design 2024. So this is our workspace. This is what you're going to see. So you have the Figma section here where you have file, edit, view, object, text, arrange, vector. You have plugins, you have widgets, preferences, libraries, and the likes. And when you come to this part, this is the mouse for you to just like move around. Nothing special there. This is an area for your frame, section, slicer. I'm going to explain all those things as we go on into the class. And we have the shape section where you have rectangle, you have ellipse, you have lines, you have polygons, whichever. And you can also put images or video also to make your design more interactive. And you have the pen and the pencil. You have text, you have components, you have plugins, widget, like I've said, and your hand tool. And if you want to zoom out, zoom in, you just control plus sign or control minus sign, you zoom in or zoom out. On the lower part here, you have layers and assets, page 1. Each pages you are creating, and you have design here. Once I create something in my worksheet, you're going to see it in the design part here. There's prototype. I'm going to explain that one probably later as we go on. Prototype is you now connecting your designs to each other. Like I was saying in the beginning, I said, for example, for people who use Kuda Bank or any of the online banking application, once you open it for you to make transfer, it's going to take you first to the login page, telling you to input your password to login. The moment you input your password and your username and you click on login, that is prototyping. The response it gives you when you log in and takes you to a different page, that is you prototyping. So you can do everything on Figma. So the login button will be sent to a different page, and once any user clicks the login page, it takes them to a different place. Then that is how prototyping. So we'll be working with a lot of layers in design, either in graphic design or product design or what is it called, video editing, or probably if I'm using Illustrator. Layers is like different section of your design, different sections of your design. I do graphics, I do video editing with Adobe Premiere, I do vector designs with Adobe Illustrator. If you check below my PC, you're going to see all the applications there. I do data analysis also. Everything is there. So the knowledge I've acquired so far when it comes to designing, it makes it easy for me to use, or for me to fall into the category of a product designer, and it makes it easy, but it's a bit stressful because you have to create different type of layers. So before I proceed, does anybody have a question before I proceed and show us the next thing? Does anybody have questions? You don't understand anything, some things I've been saying, you can unmute yourself and ask quickly, please. Or are we good to go? If you can hear me, can we still hear me?
Yay.
Yes, we can.
All right. Can I go on?
Yes,
Yay.
go on, please.
All right. So I'll go back to the worksheet now. Yes. Sorry. All right now. So this is the worksheet. Now, if I want to create something, yes, I want to create something. As you can see, I've clicked on this section where it says frame, sections, and slice. We'll be using frame. That's how we'll be creating everything, every design we'll be making. Once you click on frame, on the right hand side of my PC, you're going to see design, and you're going to see frame. You're going to see phone. You're going to see iPhone 14, 15 Pro Max, iPhone 14, 15 Pro, iPhone 13, like that. You're going to see a lot of iPhone spec. You go to the tablet side, you're going to see Surface Pro, iPad Mini, iPad Pro 11. You go for desktop, you see what's it called, wireframe. You see MacBook Air, MacBook Pro 14, 16, like that. You go for presentation, you're going to see different PowerPoint, slide 16 and everything. It has a lot of things for you. You can use Figma to create applications, to create websites, blogs. You can use it for basically anything, for social media platforms. You can use it for anything. But if you want to make it accessible to all type of device, then you have to use, what's it called, if I come to my archive section, you're going to see I have other options there. We have iPhone 13 Pro Max, we have iPhone 13 and 13 Pro, 11 Pro Max, 11 Pro and X, like that. We have a lot of those things. So I'll be using iPhone 11 Pro Max. So once you click it, it's going to give you the calibration, the size of an iPhone 14 Pro Max. As you can see, it has given you that. So that is what we are going to be working with. And if you come down to the left side of my PC, you're going to see layer, and you're going to see that my frame already is under the layer, which means I have created a layer. And once you click outside the layer, it's showing you nothing. But once you click inside the layer, on the right hand side, you're going to see different type of what is it called, outlined for you, the design for you to probably adjust something to the center. The beautiful part of Figma is that you don't, if you don't know alignment, if you cannot align designs, you can't align probably words and everything, probably you're not good at centering some things, Figma will help you do it automatically. For example, here, if I'm creating a rectangle here, this is me creating a rectangle. I'm sure we can see that I've created a rectangle, and the rectangle is actually not in the middle of my design. Figma will help me place it in the middle or anywhere I want to place it, in case I'm not good at alignment, because in design, alignment is very, very important. Spacing is very, very important. The text you use, everything you are using is very, very important when it comes to design, and it's key because you are designing not for yourself but for a lot of users. That's why it's called user experience. That's why it's called user interaction. So you're not creating a design for yourself, you're putting in consideration the end user, which is somebody else. Okay, if this person takes our app, what are they going to like, what are they not going to like? Would they like the button to be so small? Would they like the button to be so big? That is everything about design. You have to consider a lot and a lot of things. So you don't do it to suit yourself, you do it to suit the user. So my box here is not placed in the middle. So if I want to place it, once I come to my design, you're going to see align left, align horizontal centers, align right, align top, align vertical centers, align bottom. We have more options there, but I want to align this in the center. You can see that it has taken the box to the center of my layer. If I want to go to the right hand side, it has taken it there. To the left hand side, it has taken it there. If I want it up, it's there. Up in the center is already there. Anywhere, it's going to help you align it without stressing yourself. So I'm going to take that away because I don't need it. It's just an example so you can see what we are doing. So I've created my interface, and this is called what? This is called a frame. So you can choose to probably name it something else by yourself. Frame 1, and we are good to go. So this is it. So now, if you don't have prior knowledge to designing and anything, you have a lot of work to do. A lot of work in the sense that you have to make sure you can try to be creative. So if you want to zoom out and zoom in, it's just on your computer, Control minus or Control plus to zoom out and zoom in and everything like that. Then you're good to go. So it's not a big deal. You want to fit to screen, that is it. And this is our workspace. This is our workspace. On this part here, where you can see create components. When we get to that part, this create component is very important, like very important. But when we get to that part, you're going to see it. There are ways we can use create components and to make your design responsive, because the purpose of you designing an application, a website, whatever, is for it to be very responsive and fast so that the user does not complain. I'm sure most times when you guys log into some websites, there are a lot of bugs, there are a lot of things that are not even right with the website and all like that. And once you switch on to a different type of platform, you see it's moving swiftly and everything. That is the amount of time and work that has been put into that. So we have our framework already. So I believe you understand the part where we go to Chrome, Figma.com, you create an account, then you have your account already, and the way you can start and create a new file, the way you can, what is it called? You choose iPhone 11 Pro Max for your framework, for your workspace. This is our workspace. I want to believe you understand all of these parts. And if you don't understand, please kindly call me back so I can explain briefly. So now, like I said, we're going to be creating a design from now to the end of the lesson. So this is our first page of the design. So now, if I now go with color, I want us to use basically orange for most of the designs we'll be making. We'll be making a food app where people can order food and pay online. They create a profile, they create a login, they sign up. If you have an account to log in, we'll be creating a food app basically in the course of this trading, a food app. So we'll be making use of what is it called? Making use of let's make sure. Making use of what is it called? Orange color. Yes, orange color. Can we still hear me, please? If you can still hear me, unmute your mic and let me know.
Yes, yes.
And I hope. Does anybody have any question? Does anyone have any question? Okay, in the absence of question, then alright. So like I said we'll be creating a food app. This is our app. So you don't need your design to be so beautiful in the first instance, because let me take myself as a newbie for now. So I'll be creating something. I'll be creating this shape here. Okay. Alright. So as you can see on my right hand side, you can see we have XY, that's the width and the height. You can choose any number you probably want for that. And we have a way I can align all these things. I've shown you that. You have the layer, if it's pass through, if you want it to be normal, whichever you want. If it's fill, that is there. So if you want to change the color, I want to change the color of the rectangle I drew. So you're going to tap on fill, and it's going to bring out this color patchet for you. Yeah, so I can decide to choose anything, any color I want, and put for my design. But I won't be doing that because I have a color I'm probably going to be using. So beside the color field, you're going to see a number here. You see 2E, 3E, 40. That's the color of that's the color code of the color we are seeing on my screen. So I want to change it to a different thing. I want to use FE 8400. I think that, yes, that's orange. That's basically one of the color we'll be using. So kindly take note. Now I want to make this design probably beautiful. And what do I do there? I'm going to round the edges. In case you don't understand, please kindly call me back. In case you have any input, please tell me so we can all learn together. I've created the first batch. This is the first page of our design. This is going to be the first page of our design. So first is the color. Then I want to make sure that we can do probably something good there to make the design okay. So I want to bring in another shape, another rectangle shape. Yes. And
they say this is a big rich town.
Alright, so I have another shape here that is below me because I want to make the design probably appealing. The first thing a user will see is the front page, or is the first thing of your design, and the first thing they will see is the beginning of your design. Probably when you open the UBA app, you see UBA first with a nice color. That is what we are trying to achieve here. So now this design looks somehow to me. Personally, it looks somehow to me. So how can I make it probably nice? I've added another rectangle below it. I'm going to change the color, but I want to make it nice, and probably I want to bend the edges there. So for you to bend the edges, on the right hand side where I said we have the width, this is the width here. The width is 414. The height is 121 of the rectangle below there. But I want to change the edges, so I want to make it bend. So you are going to see somewhere in where my cursor is, you're going to see corner radius. That part will help you curve the edges of probably your rectangle or anything you probably want to do. It's going to help you curve it if you don't want it to be so in a straight and sharp shape. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go there and I'm going to probably impute a number there. Let me impute, let's say 50. It might be bigger. Yes, I don't like it, but I think I like it like that in this format. Alright, so I've done the edges, but you can see in that particular space that me changing the edge of that rectangle, everything is bent. Everything took the 50 radius, the 50% radius, everything, but I don't want it to be like that. So I can probably either what's it called, I can either come here, click it and drag it down to make it disappear. And we have a different way we can do it. The different way is you going back to this corner radius, and you're going to see independent corners. Please, independent corners. Once you click that, it's going to open this section for every edge. So I want to remove the lower part. I don't want it to have the edges, the corner radius I've done. I want to make it flat below. So I'm going to come here and put 0, go to the second one and put 0, and that is it. As you can see now, okay, somebody's welcome. I'm just showing you. Okay, so I'm going to continue. As you can see here now, that below that we have what the edges on top are bent, but the ones below are straight, because we have changed it to a mix of 0 0 50 50. That is the way I'm going to leave it. So now I want to change the color to white. So this is white, and here we have it, white. So now I want to show us something before I proceed. Now I've made my design already. As you can see, there's something we call present or play. If you are used to PowerPoint, you're going to know after you created your slides, then you now probably click something that will help you show it or display it the way you have done it without showing any other thing. So the purpose of you using Figma is for you to make a design, then now check how it is coming up on a phone. So on the other side, you're going to see my profile, yes, spotlight. You're going to see share, and this is an area for maybe code. You want to check the code. The way I'm designing, there are background codes that are being written. That's why I said gone are those days when we're using CSS and HTML, but now we don't need to start sitting down and writing slash this HTML slash this and all those things. We don't need to do all those things again. You just come to Figma or Adobe SD and design something as if you are designing graphics. Then you just put type it and you're coming up with something. So on the other side, you're going to see prototype view. Like you want to, it's like a play button. If I click the play button, you're going to take it to another slide that is going to show you your design. So please let it load so we can see our design. So now everything we have designed, all the colors we put together, as you can see, it is already on a smartphone. This is iPhone 11 Pro Max, as you can see. So the things we are designing on the other end, once you press play, it's going to on the other side show you a preview of how it's going to appear on somebody's smartphone, any smartphone, even if it's Android. The reason we use iPhone 11 Pro Max is because iPhone 11 Pro Max is basically the same as all sizes of phone, and it's like adaptable to all kinds of phone. That's why we use 11 Pro Max. If you use other probably 13, 15, it's going to be, it won't fill the screen normally the way you can see. So basically every design you design and you press play, you are going to come and see it on the other side, then you can continue. I hope you get me. So we go back to our design, and this is it. So basically now this looks somehow, but we want to put a different design on it. So I want to add a text. Yes, I want to add a text on this our design so that it's going to probably come out good. So if you want to add a text, this is our text button here. You can see text. You click text, and I want to write something. So I'm going to write swipe up to explore. Don't forget we are creating a food app. Explore the world of good.
I think your network is crumbling or something.
All right. How about now? Can we hear me?
Yeah, it is better now.
All right. Good food. So now I've written something. I've written something on the platform, and I want to make it big and bold so our user will be able to read it. If you leave it like this, they can't probably see it. So on the right hand side, you're going to see text, the type of text we have used. We are using the font. You can choose any font you like. So we'll be using basically any font here. You're going to see if you want it bold, the size of the image. As you can see, the way I'm increasing it, it is coming up, as you can see. Yes, I think let's leave it at 36. I'll probably change the font to something let's use this. Let's use that. So basically, everything is set. Our color is white, as you can see, is white, and we are good to go. So now, basically, I want to change swipe up to black. I want it to come out beautiful, so I have that already. So let's go back and let me close this. I want to play it again and see how it looks on our phone. Now you can see that what we've written on the other hand is already showing on the other hand. Swipe up to explore the world of good food, because we'll be creating an app. Now you can choose to beautify it by probably adding an image to the background and all like that. We'll get there, but I just want us to see how we can create different sections. This is a particular layer. You can choose to make it in a different way. You can decide to change color. So basically, once you are into the product design world, you need to make sure you are good with colors. When it comes to brand identity, color speaks a lot. There are colors that will catch a user's eye, and there are colors that won't catch a user's eye. The color like orange, red, I think purple, blue, black will catch somebody's eyes, but the probably dull colors will not. So if somebody opens a color like this on their what is it called, on their PC, and boom, they want to check, the color is so bright that they will see it and they will really want to, what is it called, fall into it, and they will enjoy what they are seeing. So basically, color combination, the way you can put things together, the type of fonts you're going to use, the way you can put designs together, will make you get gigs from companies. Once your designs are okay, then you are good to go. If you are creating designs and they are not beautiful, the frameworks are not even nice, that even you yourself, you are creating designs that you're not feeling, then your portfolio will just be a weak portfolio. So this is how it is on a mobile phone, like that. We can choose to add probably different things. Okay, for now I want to add what's it called, let me add, okay, icon. Now I'm sure we know what icons are. Icon can be, and we have Instagram icon, different type of icon, Facebook icon, different type of icon. So you want icons, and you just come here to this section. This is the resources area. Once you click it, it's going to show you components, going to show you plugins, widgets. But now we are dealing with plugins. I have icons already on my own Figma, but you can hit the search button and do what, and click icons. It's going to show you a series of icons that are basically available on the platform, which you can actually install. As you can see, we have different types. We have Iconate, Icon Scout, different type of icons, because this is a very big platform. So you can choose any platform, because you are definitely going to need a platform when you are using Figma. When you're trying to create design, you're going to need a lot of icons, and you don't have to start downloading from Google and saving it as a picture then cutting it out. No, unless you want to start using Adobe or Photoshop to do all those things. So when I click the one I have, it's going to show me the one I've downloaded. It's going to load it out for me. As you can see, this is it. It's loading the set. Let me put it on this other side. Yeah, these are icons that I might probably need. There's a lot of all these things. This first one can be used for maybe what was it called, login profile of somebody I might be you want to design something for, and this is different. You can see like that, a lot of icons that we'll be using. It is here, like a lot of them are here that you're going to need icons. So you just go to the resources part. Somebody join me. Okay. So we're going to need a lot of icons. So you can choose icons and boom, then you have them. So I think I'm looking for one. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, closing it. The reason why I need this is if I want to reshape this thing, if I'm doing like this, you can see it's not functioning very well. It's bending and it's not even making the design go. But if you want to make it okay without it distorting the image, without it distorting the image, you can just I think you press shift and you can see it's not bending, it's okay. Shift and your cursor, they're going to move. Then basically I just want to use this particular one to just put it here. Then I can change the color to probably white. So if the user comes here to this particular section after seeing the first page, they can choose to click this place and it takes them to other place. Let me create the frame. So I just duplicated the frame. As you can see, I want to quickly show us something. Prototype. Yes, this. You can duplicate your frame by what? By clicking Ctrl D. Just tap on the frame, then Ctrl D duplicates it for you, and you're good to go. That is what you need to do. So if I go to, let's remove this. Okay. So if I go back to my page and I play it again, for every element you had on the design, it's going to add it. Then you check and see if it's correctly placed, then you are all good to go. So that's basic design. So if you have the knowledge of graphic design from the scratch, then you are going to see that you will enjoy all these things. It will be more easier for you when you're a designer for graphics than when you're not. But once you put in the work and you're a quick learner, then you will get it and everything will probably be fine. So I have another class, so the class will be probably done now. I'm open to questions. So the first thing we've done today is I've shown you what Figma is. I've tried to explain the interface, your workspace, how it is, how it looks like, what to expect, how you can put elements together to just make it okay, the play button for you to see your design on your mobile phone. I want to believe you understand. So briefly, any question so before we end tonight's class and prepare for the next? Any question, please? If you have question, please, you can raise up your hand and you can ask. The class will end in 11 minutes.
Okay.
Anyone?
Hey, I have a question. For the Figma app, can it be downloaded on the phone? Because my network was bad at the beginning of the semester. I did not hear
Can it be downloaded on your what?
phone on my Android phone.
You can download it on your Android phone, but when it comes to adaptability and usability, the way you are going to use it, you can't compare it to somebody using a laptop. If you understand, it's probably going to lag on your phone, but there's an app for it on Play Store on your phone, but it's going to make your phone very, very heavy unless you're using probably Samsung X23 Ultra or 24. As I start on your PC. Any other question?
Not for now. Thank you.
Mr. Vic, your mic is on mute. So I don't think I want to believe we probably all understand the first part of the lecture. So I want us to probably go to our laptops and all like that, get acquainted with the Figma, press different things that you probably want to press. It's not going to spoil. Just explore the space, explore the worksheet. You can replicate what is it called? What I've designed, what I've briefly designed on your own end also, and you can share to the group. You can replicate it on your own Figma, then share it on the group. So that is how we start our learning process. On the next class, or in the next class, more resources will come. Then we now go into more designs, and from there we go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper till we understand the few things we can do. So in the absence of questions, I I want to appreciate everybody here. The recording again will be uploaded on YouTube probably later tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure, but you will get it. But do well to practice, download it, and do well to practice. One thing about Figma is our product designing is once you are not constantly learning and doing something, you have the tendency of you forgetting some things is very, very high. It's something you have to probably do. So this project, we'll be doing it together. Once you have any idea within now and tomorrow on Wednesday again, you can share the idea with me in the class. Then we impute it on our design to just make it something. Then that will be part of your portfolio. Because at the end of the probably whole class, you are going to be told to create something by yourself. I won't be there, so you have to sit by yourself and create something. So for everything I'll be teaching you within now and then, you have to put everything into account and make sure by then you know what to do. So do have a good night rest, and we'll see you on Wednesday, I think.